Spaniards are famous worldwide for bullfighting traditions.
We didn't fire right away.
But few people know that they are
Instead,
equally
we hid
passionate about
carefully in the
hunting
bushes,
wild boar.
waiting for them
For
to
me,
come closer.
this adventure turned out to be the hardest and most unforgettable wild boar hunt of my life.
Then
In Muslim
gunshots
countries like
rang out across the
Tajikistan,
swamp.
where religion
Each one
forbids
was
locals
swift
from
and
even
accurate.
touching these animals, boars multiply freely and create what many hunters
Taking
call
down
a
the
true
ferocious
paradise.
beast.
The population of wild boar here is immense because no one eats them, no one hunts them, and they thrive in the rugged terrain, the forests, and the valleys of Central Asia. Taking advantage of a few extra days in this breathtaking country, we ventured into mountains in search of a true tusker.
This place is a
What
true
happened
haven
next
for
was
wild
something we could
boars
never
with
have
an
planned.
abundance of food all
An
around.
experience that felt like a real-life version of Jumanji. Every step,
Just
every
15
shot,
minutes in,
every moment
Ilias
was
had
filled
already
with
spotted
adrenaline,
his target.
chaos, and the beauty of wild nature. At first,
It
we
burst
moved
out
down
from
from
the
high
towering
elevations
reeds,
to the
but
lower
quickly
country,
collapsed,
glassing
unable to
across
escape
ridges
after
and
Elias's
valleys
precise
in the
shot.
early mornings to spot fresh signs of movement.
We picked a good vantage
Tajikistan
point
revealed
and
itself
used
as a true
binoculars to
wild
scout the
boar
area.
hunting paradise.
There they were,
Where every
a herd of
hillside
wild
carried
boars
tracks,
foraging
and
on the
every
forest
ravine
floor,
told stories of
completely
massive
unaware.
herds moving through. The hunting strategy here relies on patience and discipline. Watch carefully where the
Perfect
animals
shot.
bed down,
A
and then
thunderous
plan an
bang
ambush or
echoed
a
in
silent
one boar
push to
drop.
intercept them. As we scouted, some of our guides spotted a mop of boars deep inside a thicket, so we
The rest
positioned
scattered
ourselves
in panic.
strategically across a clearing.
Clean.
This was no easy task, since most openings range from 150 to 250 meters, and communication was key to ensure that we would target the right animal. Finally, the silence was
within the
broken.
stillness of the
A
palm
large
thicket,
boar emerged from a
Theo was
ravine,
quietly tracking
walking
a separate
uphill in the most
target.
relaxed manner, completely unaware of
The
our
boar
presence.
emerged from behind a
My
palm
heart
trunk.
raced as I
Theo
steadied the
raised his
rifle,
rifle,
waiting
took
for the
careful
perfect
aim,
moment.
and pulled
When
the
the boar
trigger.
paused, I squeezed the trigger. The shot landed perfectly, and
Perfect.
the animal ran
A
only a
precise
short
shot.
distance before collapsing. At first, I thought it might have been a sow, but as soon as I saw the tusks gleaming through the brush, I realized I had just harvested
The
a
boar
strong,
collapsed on the
mature
spot
boar.
without a chance to
It was
react.
my first wild
One
boar
shot
in
was
Tajikistan,
all it took to bring it
and the
down.
beginning of an adventure that would only grow wilder. The respect I felt for this animal was immense. For some, boars are considered pests.
The swamp
For hunters
terrain
like
here is
us,
truly treacherous,
they represent
riddled
resilience,
with dangers
toughness,
we usually
and the
try
raw
to avoid.
spirit of the wilderness. This particular boar was around 5 years old, not ancient yet, but still a trophy worth celebrating. Dragging it out was difficult, especially since the local helpers refused to touch it due to cultural and religious reasons. Some even had to put gloves on before coming near. The differences between cultures fascinated me. For us, this was a prize game animal. For them, it was untouchable. And yet, that's what makes hunting in Tajikistan so unique. A country where wild boar are left unchecked, creating one of the most exciting destinations for any serious hunter. A few days later, we encountered complete chaos. we spotted a massive group moving through the canyon. Dozens upon dozens of animals running like shadows between trees. My adrenaline spiked, and the challenge was not just in shooting, but in choosing the right one. In driven hunts like this, the biggest boars are usually behind the group or trailing alone, while the leading sows take the front. I kept trying to lock onto one, then another, but hesitation set in. Too many bodies, too many branches blocking the shot.
Extremely fast.
The chaos of the moment
Within just a few
overwhelmed me.
months, their
By the
population
time I
can
aimed
multiply
again,
many times
the
over.
opportunity was gone. The herd vanished into forest.
When hungry, they come
Frustration
down and
hit
destroy
me
crops
hard.
and livestock
It
pens.
felt exactly like
The boundary
Jumanji.
between the wild forest
Animals
and
rushing
residential
everywhere.
areas. Now it's
Adrenaline
just
shaking
an
my
imaginary
hands.
line
And
on
my
the map.
chance slipping away in seconds. Hunting is unforgiving like that.
At that moment,
you only get
hunters
one
must
chance,
take action to
and
maintain the
hesitation
balance
can
between
cost you the
humans and
trophy of
nature.
a lifetime. The mountains of Tajikistan
But hunting
are
wild
relentless.
boars has never been
On the
easy.
fifth day,
They are tough,
we climbed another
quick to strike
1,000
back,
meters in
and
elevation.
fierce enough to take the
Snow
life of
began
anyone
falling,
who lets their guard down.
blanketing the slopes in white, turning the already challenging hunt into a test of pure endurance. Every step was uphill.
This time, we brought
every
a
breath
pack of
harder
hunting
than the
dogs
last.
to help track
But my
wild boars more
determination
easily
never
through the
wavered.
treacherous terrain.
This is what true hunting is about: battling the elements, pushing
Even after
past
locating
exhaustion,
them, facing
and
a
trusting
wild
that
boar
persistence
head-on
will be
remains
rewarded.
extremely dangerous.
That morning,
One charge from
we
the
discovered
leading
more
boar can end
tracks and
everything.
signs of bedding, proof that the boars were near. But still, success wasn't guaranteed. Finally, on our
This
last
is no
day,
game.
with just
It's a
hours
battle of
before our
strategy
flight,
where a single
destiny
wrong
intervened.
move can cost you
We
blood.
spotted another massive mob of boars, perhaps 40 or more, feeding
In rugged
and moving
terrain
across
like
the
this,
valley.
but not
Time was
are
running
essential.
out, but I set up quickly with my tripod, steadied my rifle,
Through the
and
lens, I
scanned
tracked
for
a
the
boar
biggest
weaving
one.
through dense brush,
In those critical
waiting
seconds,
for the right shot.
everything
It
slowed
slipped
down.
through a gap.
I picked my target, a true giant among the herd. The rifle cracked, and the boar collapsed instantly. I fired again to ensure a clean
I
finish.
fired, missed.
As we approached,
A second
the
shot
size of
landed.
the animal
The
left
boar
everyone
collapsed, rolling
speechless.
down the slope.
This was no ordinary boar. It was ancient, scarred from years of survival, with tusks curling powerfully from its jaw. The guide said they hadn't
As night
seen
fell,
one this massive
the
in
hounds
years.
barked frantically
Its body
below.
was so heavy
We
they
moved
struggled
quickly.
to lift it,
A rustle,
estimating
a
the
flash.
weight well over 120 to 140 kilos.
I raised my
In that
rifle
final
and fired
moment,
twice.
I realized
The boar
this was a
dropped
wild
instantly.
boar in my life, not just because of its size, but because of everything it represented: the culture, the landscapes, the mistakes, the endurance, and the miracle of a last-minute opportunity. This wasn't just another hunt. It was a story of passion,
Gunfire
tradition,
echoed
and
from my
respect for the
teammates
wild.
across the forest.
Tajikistan
Another
had
threat
tested me in
neutralized.
every way possible and given me a reward I will never forget. As I boarded the plane back home, exhausted but fulfilled, I knew I would never see a boar like that again. It was the ultimate trophy, a once-in-a-lifetime beast, and a reminder that true hunting is not just about pulling the trigger, but about embracing the journey, respecting the animal, and cherishing the memories that stay with us forever. For every hunter, moments like this are priceless. And for me, this was the greatest wild boar hunting adventure in Tajikistan.